Hey guys, Lytane here, and it is the end of Tarzan and June month, and the final Tarzan property to look at is where I got the inspiration for this amazing pun. So let's see if Tarzan and Jane is worth it. Tarzan and June. Tarzan and Jane was released in 2002 and is an anthology movie. This was a very common practice for Disney, where they would make multiple shorts or take a few episodes for a series and turn it into a movie, where they would just package them all together and put a very vague story in the middle. And of course, Tarzan and Jane fits this to a T. The overall story of Tarzan and Jane is that they have been married for a year now, and Jane wants to do something special for their 1-year anniversary. But her ideas are shot down as they remind her that the last time she tried to do things didn't go so well, and that's where we get our clips. So the animation for the new parts are very similar to the episodes, but you can see a difference. I think they're slightly higher quality. I also thought that the animation for the first episode in the anthology was notably worse than the other two. I think it might have been one of the first ones that Disney Australia made because it looked similar to the pilot. But once again, it is not bad by any means, it just feels lazier compared to Tarzan 1 and 2 when they tried to make this a movie. The movie uses the same voice actors as the show, so that's good. It also starts with another new rendition of Two Worlds, with a very awkward addition of a female singer, I guess representing Jane, in the song. I wish they kept that intense drumbeat song from the show. That would have been a much cooler opening. So the only way I can talk about the film is to dive into each episode in the anthology. The first was called The British Invasion, and it happens because Jane wants Tarzan to wear his suit. Yeah, the reason for these flashbacks are really lame. This episode introduces us to Greenlee, Hazel, and Eleanor, 3 of Jane's friends from England. They were worried about Jane and thought that she was trapped or kidnapped or something in this African jungle, and they went to help. You soon learn that they are proper English women, though aside from some verbal bullying, they can't really do anything. So I have no idea how they were actually gonna save Jane. They treat Tarzan pretty badly, like a savage, evil man, and have no respect for the changes Jane has gone through. They are a little annoying at first, but 2 nice things happen which I really liked. The first is Tarzan talking to Porter. He says that Jane has been living the jungle life every day, and it would be nice if Tarzan lived the English life just for one to make her happy. It's sweet and helps Tarzan learn about compromise. And then Tarzan leaves, making Porter stranded on this branch, which made me laugh more than it should. The second better part of the story is Jane and her badass ways. She's been living in the jungle for months now, and she's learnt a few things. She is very capable and self-reliant, and while she does need some help from Tarzan every now and then, it plays to her strengths. As it looks like one of the earlier episodes in the show, I think they wanted to show how amazing Jane is, and they really did the trick here. She even helps fight a panther. By the end, her friends come to respect Jane, and they even find Tarzan quite desirable, which carries over to the TV show because we do see them again. The second episode, The Volcanic Diamond, occurs because Jane wants to get Tarzan a present, a diamond ring. This tells the tale of some suspicious men that come to town wanting to explore the local volcano to find precious gems. When Tarzan finds out that women get diamonds in England, he feels bad that he didn't get her one for their wedding. So he decides to help out these obviously evil people, and for some really dumb reason, one of them tries to kill Tarzan. Tarzan is nothing but nice to them, and he only wants a single diamond when there are hundreds in this cave. I get the mistrust, but then why try and kill him with a gun and dynamite in a volcano? It is so forced and ridiculous, and I hated this. So now Tarzan, Jane, and the professor who went to find Tarzan, that's why they're here, must escape an erupting volcano. This leads to the most bonkers part of the entire Tarzan franchise. The movies, shows, games, you name it. Lava surfing. So using a rock that is literally melting underneath them, a barefoot Tarzan rides it like a surfboard with Jane and Porter on his back. I mean, this is ridiculous. It doesn't, oh my god. How does it even work? It's hot enough to melt the rock, but Tarzan can stand on it? Man, he must have the craziest calluses in the world. Also, it would totally splash and kill them. It's, oh my god. But it is exciting though. They end up catching the bad guys, and the diamonds get swallowed by the lava, but they all live happily ever after in this crazy lava surfing world. The final episode is The Flying Ace, which is told because it has Jane dancing. In this one, a dogfight in the sky is happening where both planes end up going down. They find out that one of the planes belongs to Robert Candler, an old friend of Jane. He is everything dreamy, and Tarzan doesn't trust him, so I bet he's evil. Or is Tarzan just jealous? I mean, Robert and Jane do have a long history, he is good looking, and Jane is very affectionate towards her old friend. Halfway through, Tarzan concedes that he might just be jealous and decides to make it up to them, only to find them dancing. This breaks my heart, because if you remember in my TV show review, Tarzan is loyal AF. I mean, this dance is between friends, but still, Jane, how could you? But it turns out that Robert was only here to get a decoder that he gave Jane in order to sell to the foreign intelligence. So yep, he was a bad guy. The rest of the episode is also pretty silly, with Jane flying a plane while Tarzan and Robert fight on the wings. After the lava stunt, I can believe Tarzan can do anything now. And it's an alright episode overall, but not a favorite. And with that, we have to wrap up the story that's been going on in the movie. Jane goes back to the treehouse, not knowing if she should do something for their anniversary, when Tarzan throws together a party just for her. There is dancing, Tarzan is in his suit, and he gives her a diamond ring as a present. It wraps up all those stories and is sweet, I guess. He sent the others to distract Jane so he could help set up this party, hence the clip show. We end with a musical number, an original to the film, not done by Phil Collins, so it sucks. I really didn't like it. It's trying to be like Trash in the Camp, but it's less organic, because instead of them making bangs and boops and sounds and then turning that into a song, it's real instruments, but then the gorillas are playing random things in the environment to pretend that they're instruments. It's a different feel, and it didn't work for me. Also, for some reason, when I watched this movie on Disney Plus, the audio was really strange. As the movie goes on, the audio track for the voices gets softer and softer. I thought something was wrong with my television, but rewinding the episode, it became loud again. I'm not sure if this was part of the actual movie, the version on Disney Plus, or maybe it's just a weird glitch that I went through. So if anybody out there has experienced this, let me know. In my opinion, Tarzan and Jane is not worth it. I really hate when movies are just clip shows from a TV show. It's a lazy cash grab and it does not help a franchise at all. It would have been so much better if the episodes were just part of the television show. They aren't bad by any means. The first shows how cool Jane is, the second is the most bonkers action scene in the entire series, and the third is, it's alright. I mean, it's also silly, but it's nice to see some more of Jane's past. The new story sections amount to nothing, and the ending song is really lame. The worst part is that you can't watch the show anywhere, and you can get this, so that's the only exposure to this series that you can get. Sorry to end Tarzan and June month on a low note. This movie just should not have existed. But maybe by talking about all of these things, people will become aware of the show, and maybe we can get it on Disney Plus. But due to most likely contracting reasons, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, sadly. Now, I'm pretty sure I'd covered just about everything to do with Tarzan. The games, the show, the movies, so I don't need another Tarzan and June month. The only one I did not talk about was not Clayton. Kingdom Hearts, so good. One day I'll talk about it. It's my favorite franchise after all, but not anytime soon. That's some crazy projects right there. Also, Porter's first name is Archimedes, and I never wanted to call him that because I just felt like people would get confused, but I always call him Archimedes in my head. So guys, tell me what you thought about Tarzan and Jane. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you feel like me and think that anthology movie should not exist, or you just don't care? Also, tell me what you thought about how crazy that lava surfing is. Am I the only one that thinks it's just ridiculous, or other people out there see it and go, wow, that's crazy? And this is the end of Tarzan and June month, so I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but I hope you guys all join me there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below, you can click on other videos, join Patreons, watch me on Twitch, I don't know, just do whatever you'd like, but I just hope that you enjoyed it up until this point, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!